Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to call the Economic Development Committee meeting at 6:30, February 4th, 2026. Members present: Josh O'Neill, Trudy Healy, Tommy Walker, and our new Commissioner Butch Gerbrandt. Say that correctly? Absent Eric Mankins and Russ O'Leary here with us tonight. Our guest, great, lovely lady, Kelly Sullivan. We'll just dive right in. Kelly, thank you for coming. You can definitely get on your report if you choose to. Thank you.
Sounds good. Thanks for having me. So we, as part of our contract with Butte-Silver, agree that every quarter I will give you an update on the Anaconda ARCO Loan Fund availability to lend. So you can see that figure there, $474,900 and some change. I recently attended the Photonics West conference. This is the first year that we have ever attended that, and we did it as part of the Headwaters Tech Hub Consortium. There was a good Montana presence there. Montana State University was there, including President Brock Tessman. The Montana Photonics and Quantum Alliance had a presence. Again, the Headwaters Tech Hub and area engineering firms and consultants. So I was there to see if there are businesses in the photonics space that would be interested in possibly relocating or expanding to Butte. I've got a big stack of business cards and lots of follow-up to do. Nothing seemed concrete at the conference, but I'm going to kind of work the leads and see what we can come up with. So that was our first time, again, going to that conference. And we try to do 1 or 2 shows a year, so that was a new one for us. I received word last week that 3 rural business development grants, we actually submitted these to USDA in February of 25, and normally they let us know by the following May if they've been awarded, but with all of the changes in the new presidential administration, that never happened. And I just received word last week that they were finally awarded. So we had one that was on the Headwaters side. We had one to a Butte business for $9,000 to assist them with some marketing and website development work. And then we had a business from Whitehall and a business from Anaconda that got some money. So that was exciting. Then the next day, I heard from the Montana Department of Commerce and heard that 3 opportunities in rural economies planning grants that we submitted were awarded. Those 3 grants, that was a total of $100,000. 2 of those are feasibility studies, again for Butte businesses. And 1 was for geotechnical study on land that will be home to a new multifamily housing development in Butte. So that was really exciting last week to hear we got 6 grants awarded for our clients. Big week, yeah. I've submitted another ORE. This is a different one. This is an ORE, again, Opportunities in Rural Economies. This is a capacity grant application, and this is for our organization to help us with updated computers, continuing staff education, business recruitment events such as the one I went to for Photonics West, to be able to get some additional money to help our staff with some of those things that we could really use would be nice. So fingers crossed on that. I'm a member of the SABE Data Center Ad Hoc Committee. I think you're all familiar with the Ad Hoc Committee that the Chief Executive put together, and our Board of Directors is pledging support for that and encouraging the Council to extend the purchase and sale agreement. I do have a letter from our Board of Directors that I will read tonight during the public comment period for the public record. And then I met with some reps from the Butte School District about their Pathways program. And that's something that can be used to attract new businesses. I mean, almost every business that's coming here wants to know about workforce. You know, how are we preparing our junior high and high school students? What programs do we have in place? So I've been working with Butte School District on that, and also with Jim O'Neill, who's the county school superintendent. And then we did a red carpet tour on January 14 for Project Janicki. And normally, Tommy pointed out that I'm sharing a business name, which normally we can't do, but they were also in Great Falls and Helena, and the Helena newspaper reported on that. So then I got a call from the Montana Standard, who has also since reported on it. So that's why we're sharing the name of that particular company. But we toured 2 sites with them. We took them to lunch at Sean O'Donnell's, which was fun. Irish Johnny spoke very eloquently about Butte and the reasons that he chose Butte and how much assistance he got from BLDC and Butte-Silver Bow. So they are again considering Butte, Helena, Great Falls, and some Idaho locations. And then there's a bullet point there that talks about what Janicki does. Tools, parts, prototypes, and assemblies for a lot of industries, but mainly for the aerospace industry. No, they don't know what their timeline is. So again, doing all their due diligence. We held a board retreat, our BLDC board, on January 29th to review our final strategic plan. And you all probably saw I had been intending to do a presentation tonight to the council on the strategic plan, but I thought it wasn't probably a good night with everything going on with the data center. So we're pushing that down to March 4th. So I'll be back on March 4th to do that. And then I was also going to bring Melissa Wanamaker, our Brownfields coordinator, to talk about Brownfields. Again, I didn't do that because I know you all have a lot on your plate tonight. So she's going to come with me in March as well. Yeah, any questions for me tonight? Yeah.
Commissioner Healy.
Thank you. I was just wondering on the Project Janicki,
Yeah.
where would they be located?
Well, they're looking at a couple different locations. One is in Connections Park. They're looking at some land out there, and one is some land south of town.
So that's then 2 businesses that are looking, or we're going to be voting
Yeah,
on
one
Tranpac.
business looking at 2 different.
Yeah, awesome. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Thank you, Commissioner Healy. Thank you, Kelly. Does anybody have any other questions?
Yeah, Commissioner O'Neill. Tell me about the Anaconda Arco Loan Fund. I don't know anything about it. Can it be spent outside of Anaconda?
So the Anaconda Arco Loan Fund is from mining monies that came to Butte-Silver Bow. I don't know the full history of it, but we are in a contract with Butte-Silver Bow to manage those loan funds because we have a loan department at the BLDC. So, and the county doesn't have its own loan department. So we manage those funds, but different people come to us looking for money, and we'll make a decision if that seems like a good fit. It would obviously have to be a business located in our community. And Butch, I don't know if you know. In our community. So when I say our community, I mean on the BLDC side. So I don't know if you know that we have 2 organizations under my direction. We have Butte Local Development Corporation, and then we have Headwaters RC&D. And Headwaters covers Butte-Silver Bow plus 6 other counties. So that money, Anaconda Arco, is specific to Butte-Silver Bow. When I say in our community, I should say in our county.
Thank you. Great question. Any other questions from any other commissioners? Commissioner Healy?
Thank you. I was just wondering if you could tell me what Photonics West Conference is.
Yeah, so photonics is has to do with lights and lasers. So photonics are in your phone, they're in the backup camera on your car. Photonics is a very big industry in Bozeman. And what we're hoping as part of the alliance, the Headwaters Tech Hub Alliance, is that we will have some opportunity to appeal to businesses that might be looking to come to Montana, but maybe can't afford the cost of living in Bozeman, or maybe want to put their corporate office in Bozeman and their manufacturing facilities here. Yes.
Thank you, Kelly and Commissioner Healy. Commissioner Walker?
Anaconda Arco Loan Fund, is there a limit on how much you can loan them, or?
There isn't. You know, we don't have parameters set in place that say you can only borrow X amount. I mean, if someone came to us with a great project that was a larger project and wanted to borrow, you know, a couple $100,000, our loan committee would consider that.
There's money.
There's money out there, and that's just our Anaconda fund. I mean, we have got a couple of $1 million in relending capital right now.
So just to follow up on the Anaconda ARCO loan fund, that, the money's used out of there, it gets paid back and replenished?
Yes.
So if you took 200 grand out of there, all the money's each
The
month
money
pays
gets
back?
paid
so
back. Yep, it's a
it
revolving
keeps-
loan
yep.
fund.
Thank
So
you.
they pay it back, and then we have it to lend to the next company that might be interested.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Commissioner O'Neill, still on that same subject of the Anaconda ARCO loan fund, give us some examples of typical loans that you've made, please.
I don't have the history of all of the loans. In my tenure, there's just one loan out of there, and that is for the Praxis Center. And that's about, I think the amount that they have out of the Anaconda ARCO loan fund out of their whole portfolio, I believe it's about 200,000 that they have out of the Anaconda ARCO loan fund.
So then, oh, sorry. Thank you. So on that 200,000, since he hasn't started the project, when does he pay it back?
So he's on an interest-only agreement.
Yes.
He's making interest-only payments, and he is coming before our committee on February 18th. He's coming before our loan committee to give us an update on his project, and he wants an extension, and then they will have to consider that based on whatever he's got in the development.
So he doesn't have to come before the commissioners for another extension?
If they granted an extension, we'd have to bring it before council as well.
Okay.
Correct, that's correct,
Okay, thank you.
yes.
Great questions. Any other questions for Kelly? Yeah, Commissioner Ely.
Back to the Praxis. So when he came for the extension last year and we amended it to 3 months, so it would have been April 30th, 2025, then can we then ask if he was able to get his construction loan in place?
If he comes before you, you can ask that.
I-
I don't have an answer to that.
Okay, because I did invite him to and he declined.
Okay.
So how can I
Okay.
know? Do I have to go through the attorney, the county attorney, or how can I find out? Because that would be, he would be
Well,
in breach of contract then
We
if he
should-
didn't.
Well, we should know on February 18th. We should be getting an update from him and that would include whether or not he got the construction loan.
Okay. So even though it was due April 30th, then he doesn't have to,
Our
Tell
loan
us.
committee, I need to look back at our loan committee minutes, but I believe that we furthered that to give him a little more time. And our loan committee has that, that's under their purview to do that.
so he had another extension we didn't know about. How did that work? Because I know April 30th was the deadline, the 3-month one.
Whatever the extensions were, they were, well, obviously we have to check that, but as far as I know, as of up to date to now, like the interest, he's still in the rights of whatever the extension we made, still making interest payments. At least that's what I'm told.
He's still on the
right?
interest only,
Yeah.
If you look, he was still on the interest only, so he's still allowed to do that even without the construction loan in place. That's his agreement with us. And I think, have you had a chance to look at that? I think, the interest only?
I did see the interest only. I guess I was looking at, I didn't know that he got another extension through somewhere else, because I was looking at the deadline of April 30th, 2025 for the construction loan. So,
Okay.
because he came and asked for it, so that's why I thought he would have to complete that part, because he
Okay.
asked for it.
I might need to refresh and look at some minutes on that, Trudy, and I'm happy to bring that report in March when I come. Yeah, you're welcome.
Thank you. Yeah, if we could, obviously, we'll get clarification after this next meetings with them, and then when you come the next time, we'll have a little bit of
Yes.
update. And you may get some calls on February 19th from Commissioner Ely.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine, of course.
And if she forgets, Josh O'Neill will call you too, because so no, thank you. for
Yeah,
the
you guys
updates.
can call me. You've got my number at the top of the page there.
No,
You
for
may
sure.
call me anytime.
Thank you. Any other questions? Kelly, definitely thank you for all your hard work. Thanks for the updates.
Yeah, thank you guys. Thank you guys. It's been extremely busy since the first of the year. We are just running in a million directions, so, yeah.
Good deal.
Yeah.
If there's nothing, we went through everything that's on the agenda. If anybody has anything for the good of the order, if not, we can make a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second. All those in favor? Aye.
All right, thanks, everyone.